Hey, how's it going? My name is Alex, and if you are wondering what they don't tell you about HOTSHOT, this is the video for you. I got 9 things for you today, and the very first one is this right here. What am I talking about? Is you're lonely and alone. Okay, let me explain. Usually you work your job, you complain about your boss, and then you go home, maybe you hug your family, you hug your girlfriend, you hug your kids, whatever the case may be. This job, what do? You drive, for almost 11 hours, and then you park the truck and you go, okay, well, this is boring. I guess I gotta just sit here now. So you gotta find some stuff to do, you know what I mean? But that's probably the biggest complaint. And that's actually why depression is, I think, twice as high as the national average in trucking, because it is very lonely and you are alone all the time. So make sure you find, if you are thinking about getting into the trucking business or the hotshot business in general, make sure you just have other people that you talk to that are on the road with similar schedules, that can help out with that. Also, start a social media channel. Social media has been able to keep me busy for a very long time. So yeah, well, moving on. Number 2, supportive spouses are extremely rare. Okay, I mean, you could say that for any small business or for any self-employed business person. Supportive spouses are very rare. But the main problem is because you're on the road all the time, you're gone. The house needs to be managed and run almost exclusively by the spouse. And so if you're ever wondering, how can Alex do videos? How can Alex work so much? It's because I have a rock star of a wife who's up for the challenge that she has on her plate. And not to mention, she now does a lot for the business, so it's been super helpful in that regards. But still, the point remains the same, is make sure before you even get into this, before you even get over the road, make sure you talk to your spouse and both of you are on board of what's about to go down, because you cannot prepare for how much work, your spouse may not be ready for what's going to be asked of her staying at home almost all the time. Number 3, let's talk about building brand. Obviously, right now it seems like everyone's talking about build brand, and basically what that means is you want your name to be a little bit well known. That's probably how you can get more customers. The problem with hotshot or trucking or owner-opping is you as a driver, or you as an owner-operator, you probably haul one load out of the 170, 80,000 loads on the board every week. So it's really difficult to stand out in such a ginormous marketplace. Okay, now the benefit of that, of course, is anybody that gets into it can basically find work, and so it's very almost friendly to newcomers. But it is challenging to build brand when you're an extremely tiny company, because you can just come and go and nobody will even notice. So building brand is really difficult. I'd recommend maybe build brand online first. Moving on, number 4, technology. Okay, it's now a lot of technology is entering the trucking business, and when I started, almost 6 years ago now, it's a night and day difference. However, it's funny how you can order on Amazon and you can get your package tracked, but you can put a $50,000 piece of equipment on a truck and you have no clue where it is, And I realize more of that is changing, and I offer tracking on all my loads, but generally it is weird how, like, in 2021, the trucking industry seems really far behind. Now, the other thing I was thinking about, it's like, why don't enclosed car haulers have cameras inside the trailer, right? It's like, wouldn't that be cool? Like, think about, you're shipping your Ferrari, you're shipping your Lamborghini. You could just open up the app and look where where the location of the driver is, and you can click on the camera, and sure enough, there's your car inside his trailer. I would go even one step further. Why not put cameras on the mirrors and on the dash, like on your windshield, so you can see the dash view, and show that to the customer as well? Then the customer can see how you're driving. He can see outside, like on each mirror, so that he knows the truck is safe. It's like, that would be brilliant, but for some reason, it's just it doesn't exist. I don't know. I don't know why. Like, I would really think that there should be more technology in the trucking business, but there isn't. But my assumption is the reason there isn't as much technology as you'd want is because those are all hardware limitations, and usually hardware companies take a long time to get big, and that's why most like software companies, most like Silicon Valley companies, they go for the software part. software part, and that means they always usually open brokerages or apps or something like that because they can usually grow much quicker with that. So I guess that's my own answer to why there's no technology, but the point remains the same, that there is, like, it's kind of funny how there is limited technology in the trucking business. All right, the fifth thing they don't tell you is what's the best truck. Okay, now this is a little bit of a secret, so don't go sharing this video or anything like that, but the best truck is the one that provides the customer the best service. Okay, so don't go. Now you probably were expecting something else, but don't go, you know, thinking Ram or Chevy or Ford or whatever. It doesn't matter, guys. The best truck is the one that can provide the best customer experience. So whichever truck you think that is, go with that truck, okay? And so I would say, you know, Casey Neistat, he did like, what's the best camera, which people asked him all the time about that. He's a YouTube vlogger and whatnot, but and he would always ask, the best camera is the one that you have at your disposal, right? The one that, the first camera you can pull out to get the shot, that's the best camera. And so same thing here, right? It's like the best truck is the one that does a good job, shows up quickest, and delivers on time, right? And it doesn't matter what make or model that is, it's just, can you offer those three things consistently, and you'll be fine. Number 6, the money. I think I've mentioned this in a couple videos, but for some reason every time I talk about it, those videos don't do so well, so go figure. But the money is good, but not that good, okay? I would say more people need to look at hotshotting or owner operating as in the trucking industry as a whole. It's basically a way that you can be self-employed with doing as little as possible to go out there and get your own customers. Like opening a restaurant, especially after 2020, is like, that wouldn't be a good idea, right? Because at a moment's notice, you can kind of be shut down. And also it's like, how do you market your restaurant? How expensive is your land? It's like, you know, so there's a bunch of challenges there, you know? So I would say trucking it's good if you are maybe a single person, or you're older and you're sick and tired of being bossed around. It's kind of nice. It's a little bit of a relief from the like go. Trucking is like that. Now hotshot may not be specifically because there's so limited freight in hotshot that or maybe I should have made that another one. Hotshot is very limited, so you are fighting for your freight often, but still the money is it's definitely, it's good, but it's not like, oh, I'm about to get rich in 2 years good, right? It's not like you put a you know, you don't go buy, what's it called, Dogecoin or something like that, and it goes to the moon, and all of a sudden there you go, you're well off. That's not the case. Just think of it as like, the money is there, it's just not like I'm about to retire there. I hope that makes sense. But yes, that's number 6. Money's good. Number 7, moving on, is Murphy's Law. Unfortunately, in trucking, Murphy's Law, I believe, is like, what can go wrong will go wrong. In trucking, that is absolutely true. So just, I'm not saying try to prepare for everything, but definitely have the attitude of like, when things are going good, that's not right. So if you have that attitude, then you'll be able to much better prepare for when something breaks down. Like, I make videos obviously when things break, like my axles break and so on and so forth, or tires blow out. It's like, literally the reason I don't get mad at that is because I know it's going to happen. And so it's like, you can't get frustrated when you know something is going to happen, because that just meets your expectation, right? And I think somebody else, there's, what's that saying? It's like, expectations or disappointments waiting to happen, or something like that. So long story short, guys, Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will go wrong in the trucking business. So keep that in mind. All right, winding down, number 8. Guys, insurance can literally end you. You know, earlier this year, I had an insurance scare, almost literally got ended. I was freaking out. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I know nothing else, you know what I mean? And I don't see myself leasing on again. I have a ton of experience. It's like, I was literally scared. I got rocked. I was like, I don't know what would be the next thing. I don't know. All I know is hotshotting. All I know is non-CDL. And to have a certain entity have so much control over your business is terrifying. So that's why don't play any games with insurance. Just do your best. I got a notification. Laundry's done. But moving on. So insurance can literally end you, guys. Don't play games with them. Do your due diligence with insurance. Try to be no claims. Try to do a good job. Because if you have if you have a scare with insurance, you will realize quickly like how little in control of your business existing you actually are. It's terrifying. So you know, a lot of people don't talk about that. I've made several videos about it, but just do your due diligence, be careful out there, drive safe, drive slow, and just try to take advantage of every insurance discount you can get, because at a moment's notice they could pull the rug out from under you and then you're ended. So yeah, careful with insurance. All right, and the last one, number 9, you guys might not like this, but brokers aren't evil. Hold on before you start typing your anger comment. Let me explain. Okay, let's say you're a trucking business, let's say you're a hotshot business or a transport company. Let me ask you a simple question. How can I book a load with you? Where's your customer service team? Where's your sales department? Oh, wait, you don't have one? They don't exist? Oh, okay, that's why brokers are there, right? That's the whole point. It's like, at the end of the day, it's a lot. It's resource intense to have a sales team. It's resource intense to have customers out there knocking on doors. However, by splitting up those two functionalities in the trucking business, that's how a customer gets the best experience shipping a piece of freight. Because brokers get the customer and then the truck provides the service. So it makes perfect sense. So don't go out there saying, oh, brokers are bad, evil, they're ripping me off, because at the end of the day, if they're that bad and they're making that much money, or being a broker is that easy, it's not illegal for you to go start your own brokerage. Go start your own brokerage. Exactly. So that's why I say brokers aren't evil. They are necessary in the trucking business. I'll give you an example, actually. I hauled the load. Okay, it was the broker was getting $4,500 on that load. Okay, $4,500. You know how I know that? Because it was a military movement, and on military BOLs or commercial BOLs for the government, it writes how much the broker is getting paid on the back of the BOL. On the third page, it writes how much it was. And the load I saw, $4,500. Out of curiosity, right? $4,500. It was going from Washington to Florida. It was a long haul, $4,500. How much do you think I got paid for that load? Wrong. I got paid $2,700. So at the end of the day, the broker made a good chunk of change on that. But at no point during my transport did I think like, oh, that pig, forget that guy. You know what I mean? At no point, because at the end of the day, that's probably the only load he'll do all week that will do that well. More often than not, they charge $200 to $300 and they get the load out the door. So just keep that in mind, that brokers aren't evil. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Don't forget, you guys, RTS is one of the best factoring companies. They are a channel sponsor, and I'm very happy to work with them. Actually, last month, I believe I factored close to $80,000 with RTS. So I'm really pumped that they can see that I'm working hard and growing my business, and they are absolutely helping me with that, because I look how much they're waiting on money, and they're waiting on tons of money from brokers. So you know, all the money I'm getting, I'm already spending while they're sitting out there waiting. So RTS is a really good factoring. They have fuel cards with no credit checks, so check out them below. And also don't forget that my website, towpiglet.com, the refreshed, the redesigned one, is by far one of the best resources out there for HOTSHOT. I put a bunch of stuff, a bunch of work in there, and a bunch of stuff is in there for new people to start, like everything you need to HOTSHOT checklist. There's also the what is it called, the jobs functionality, right? So if you're looking for a job or a HOTSHOT company to lease under, guys, that's all there. So go check out towpiglet.com. It'll be linked in my description as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.